Hi people, welcome back again to the channel Lam. This is where we talk about relationship and the things that happen in the relationship and actually what affects us in the relationship and even in marriage. It is purely about marriage and relationship, and actually we decided to talk about this because it is becoming too much. A lot of death in the relationships and even in marriages. Like today, we are going to discuss some of the things that one can look at, or rather some of the signs, the red flags that you can look at and know that you are in a dangerous relationship. Because like the other day, we had of a lady who just collided with the husband and starts straight the child, killing the child, eating her intestines and even her kidney. Some of the things are unbelievable. No one deserves you to kill your child. In other words, no one is so important more than your child. And that is why we decided to talk about that today. Actually, there are two cases we have had. One killed the child, the other one killed the mother-in-law. Because there are so many fights that are coming up in marriages and even in relationship. But let me tell you, even before we discuss, no one deserves your love. I know by the time someone takes his life or takes someone else's life, he's not or she's not herself. Because that is someone who is sick, needs counseling, needs to be talked to.
Yes.
But before it reaches there, where you take someone's life, or you take your own life, how can you tell that this relationship I can run away? I should run away because it's not a healthy relationship. So our topic today will be, what are the signs that you can read in a person and know this is not a lasting relationship? And actually this relationship is somehow dangerous.
Yes.
And you run away. So that is what we are going to discuss tonight. Karibuni sana. Please, we are asking you kindly to comment there and like our videos and subscribe. It's free of charge to subscribe. Kaidre subscribe to our channel so that you can make us have the power to move on and to bring to you so many things about relationship and marriage. Now, why or what are the signs that we can look up to, or rather we can look at to know that we are in the wrong relationship? Not really wrong, but that relationship is not going to last. Or there might be a danger in that relationship.
Number one, you know it is one-sided. It's not both. It is one person.
One person is the one who makes the relationship not to be suitable, to be dangerous, to be violent. One of the partners. Either female or male.
Yes.
And most frequently, it's usually male. I'm not favoring women, but most of the fights we hear, although women also kill their husbands, but most of the quarrels, or actually most of the deaths we have had, are from men killing their wives. The lady feels she cannot tolerate the relationship and kills herself or kills her children. So, what are some of the signs when you are even dating before you enter marriage that you can know this person, I don't think we are going to spend the rest of my life with him. This relationship might not work. I think one of the things you should look at is how this man or woman relates to you.
To you, yes, very true.
If this is the kind of a person who dictates always, he wants you to follow his side. I'm talking about he because I'm a woman. You will also talk about she. So if he keeps on dictating to you, he does not want to follow your opinion or your thoughts. What he says is the pure gospel. And no one is supposed to argue, no one is supposed to change, no one is supposed to talk.
Yes.
If you're in such a relationship, young woman, that is a very dangerous relationship. Because marriage is for life. How long will you stay in a relationship where you are
cannot.
You cannot air your opinions.
Yeah.
You cannot air your thoughts.
Yes.
You cannot air your suggestions. Therefore, I would think if someone is so controlling that you cannot open up,
Yeah.
then that is not a good relationship.
Yes.
What else?
What else? Sometimes there are men when they don't want to talk to their wives, they kind of delay from work. They delay from work. That when they come, they'll find their wife or their wives they are asleep.
That one even is not an issue because if he finds me asleep and he's not violent, he's not abusing me, he's not doing those funny things, I don't think that is a sign of a relationship that is not going to work. But if he makes it a habit...
There are some who also fight.
Exactly.
If
he is fighting, that is another thing. If this guy gets annoyed, let's talk about anakasirika.
Yes,
He gets annoyed quickly, hot-tempered, and I thought you would talk about the other side. Me, I'm talking about men. He's hot-tempered. Now, everything's more like this, even when he finds that you have not cooked. Ama, you have not washed the utensils.
He reacts.
He reacts, he becomes so agitated, then that is not a healthy person to live with.
Yeah.
Because one of those days he will get annoyed and do something bad.
Very true.
So one of the signs we have said it is a man who cannot control their emotions. He cannot control his emotions, and even a lady who cannot control her emotions. That something small makes them annoyed, agitated, and they start shouting, quarreling.
Even sometimes when they have smaller kids, maybe a kid sometimes can what do you say?
Do something. Anna urinates on herself or himself, and this person gets annoyed, gets agitated, starts quarreling, starts abusing.
Something small.
Yeah, something small. That person is dangerous to live with. The other thing, if a person, when you are outside there, or going to the market or going anywhere, looks so happy with female friends and appreciates them, hugs them, laughs with them, and when he comes to the house, he is silent, he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to open up, then that is not a healthy relationship. Because why should you go and laugh with the people there outside? Because I've had a case where we were called in a family. And the lady was complaining that this guy,
I remember.
wherever he works, he talks freely with women friends, and he's so happy with them. He enjoys their company, but when he comes home, he cannot talk even one word.
He is very quiet.
Very quiet. Actually, I don't think it's quietness. I think it's lack of interest, lack of love, lack of concern for the people that are in the house.
No, but you see, he is supposed to talk to the wife when they are together. But you see, it's kind of, there is no love.
Exactly, that is what I'm saying. This man is not showing love. He's not showing concern for the wife. He's not showing any remorsefulness, intimacy.
Yes.
You know, when you are together and you are friends in the relationship, you're going to share.
You are friends.
Exactly. You're going to share, you're going to open up to each other, you're going to be happy in the home together with your children.
Very true.
So if someone comes and he does not want to talk, and you know very well wherever he works, he talks, he's open, he shares his thoughts, then you should consider moving out of that relationship. The other factor is a drunkard.
That drunkard.
If one of the partners is a drunkard, and let us call it not just a drunkard, the drunkenness you cannot control.
Yeah, it's too much.
He takes too much beer, and it is an everyday thing. He has no time for you. He has no time for your children. He has no time for anyone. He has time for only his friends whom he drinks with.
And himself.
Exactly. That is also somehow a dangerous relationship. And we are saying it is two-way because there are women who drink and they cannot control even their homes. They cannot control their children. They cannot even plan in the house. That is also a dangerous woman to live with. So it is a two-way traffic. These factors we are discussing, they can be two-way. So when you see such a relationship, you should move away. A lady who drinks a lot, he does not care. Like the other day, we witnessed a man who was seated in the house, in the sitting room, and the wife takes drugs and kills herself when this guy is watching. That means this relationship started drifting somewhere, but none of the partners realized.
Very true.
There was no love. And most likely, one of the partners is moving out. Because I cannot imagine, I am dying here, you are watching me, and you have nobody else outside there, and you cannot even come and help me.
It's not possible unless unless the man had planned, let it go. Let her go.
And I will get somebody else. If you have an alternative, you don't care what happens to your partner. You don't care whether they are dying or they are living or they are doing what. And I want to talk to those people who take away their lives. Ama they decide to take away the life of the children. Let me tell you, even if like that lady who took away the life of the child, this guy doesn't care. He will get children with someone else. You have killed your own child. You rot in jail. I think before, we have started by saying, maybe by the time people reach that stage, they are not okay. They are sick. They are depressed. But before it comes to that, read the sign and come out of that relationship. You are not born with that person. It is not written that you must spend the rest of your life with them.
He's not your brother.
Exactly. If you find that the relationship is not working, run away before it's too late. Then the sign of a toxic relationship is whereby I've had women, actually one of the colleagues I work with, let me not say a colleague, but someone who was close to me. It's not even a colleague, someone who was close to me. She was saying that they could go with the husband somewhere, driving the vehicle, and then wanakasirishana, they get annoyed. There comes something to argue about, and when they argue, this guy anakuacha kwa barabara. He drives off and leaves you on the road.
Wow.
If you find that someone is just leaving you on the road, ama it is at night, hata ikiwa hamuna gari, and this guy just leaves you dangerously somewhere, then this is not a person who is concerned about you.
He is a dangerous man. He
doesn't care what will happen to you.
That is somebody you are not supposed to live with.
Exactly. This is a person who doesn't care. This is a person who doesn't even mind what will happen to you after that. So that is also a sign that this person is not healthy to live with.
Let me say something else. There are also some men who leave their wife when they are sick in the house and they just...
Exactly. This guy, you are sick. Because, and that is a weakness with the men. Maybe that might not be a sign because it's a weakness with most of the men. Such that you are sick, like for example, the lady is sick, this guy will not cook, will not wash utensils, cannot assist you just because you are a man. I want to tell you, I think helping your wife does not make you lesser a man. Actually, when you assist your wife, you build a strong relationship, a friendship relationship, whereby this woman, even when she's feeling okay, she can go an extra mile to do everything because she's supported, she's happy, she has joy. The marriage becomes enjoyable to her. It is not something like she's forcing herself to live in.
Very true.
Yeah. So those are some of the signs that you watch and know that this relationship is not working. The other thing, if this guy, for example, when people are dating, you keep on calling him and he will never call you. That is a one-sided relationship.
Yes.
Whereby the girl is the one to keep on calling the guy, because we have discussed with the young people and they say he doesn't call me.
Call me.
If you find that that is a trend whereby he will never call you, you are the one to call him.
You are the one who is trying to force yourself.
And also,
to
the
her.
other thing is that this guy, because remember the lady we interviewed the other day, she was telling us she's a college girl. And she was telling us she fell in love with a university student. And this guy used to tell her, I have no money,
Yes.
and I want to go out. And this girl is the one to fund every
Everything.
occasion they go out.
I remember.
She buys the food, she buys everything they are going to use. So, another time anamwambia, today is my birthday, and I have no money to celebrate my birthday. So this girl sacrifices to celebrate the birthday of this guy. With actually she was stealing the mother's money, according to her. That is what she told us.
Yeah, I remember.
She could steal the mother's money, and because the mother is well off, and supports this guy in whatever way he wanted her to support, to be supported. Actually, he wanted her to support him. And it reached a time when they were in a hotel. This guy received a call from another person. And after he came back from receiving the call, I think he went to the toilet. And this girl happened to check the messages from that call. And she realized that this guy is double dealing them. And she has been spending all her money with the guy. And when she asked the man actually started beating her. And it was a police case.
I remember.
So if you find that a guy or a lady just wants to spend non-stop, a person who is spending too much is not a person to live with.
Very true.
Because where will that money come from? Spending always. And not even that. If a guy tells you to spend on him, then you should put a question mark. Because according to our traditions, it is the man who is supposed to provide when you are dating. If you are the one who is providing, then that is a dangerous relationship. Although nowadays, I'm sorry to say that, especially in the Kikuyu community, it is becoming that women are mostly the ones that are doing all the work, because men have gone to drink beer. They cannot control themselves. They cannot work. They cannot do anything. They are actually drunkards. And therefore the lady finds that instead of making my children to sleep hungry, I'm to miss school, I can work.
Yes, very true.
So I think it's an advice to the boy child. Please take control of your relationship. Take control of your marriage when you get married. Make sure you can provide. At least, uonekane, you are trying. If the lady finds you are trying, then they will be satisfied. Try. So that is another red flag, whereby the guy just wants to spend like that lady we have talked about. And then we shared with another lady, a woman, and then that woman, who told us that when they were dating with the husband, he could always tell her,
to bring
buy fruits and meat and come with it. And this lady could think that this is love. Love is not exploitation. If you find that you are in the relationship and this person is exploiting you, you should run away from such a relationship. So this lady thought, this guy just wants me to support. So she could buy the fruits and actually the meat. And he kept on like that. Buy for me apples as you can, buy for me meat, and she could buy. So when she entered the relationship, now the marriage, the guy expected, just like they were dating and the lady was providing, to keep on providing everything for him. And that relationship did not work. So there are so many factors that you can look at even when you are dating, or even when you have started marriage, and know that this relationship will not go far before it's too late. Now, the reason we are saying that is because there are so many killings, there are so many violence, there is a lot of violence in marriages and in relationships, and therefore it's good to take caution. The other thing, before even you get to agree to marry someone, if you are dating them, get to know this person completely and get to know the relatives, the parents, the sisters, the brothers. Get to know in and out. Because there was this case of this college girl who fell in love with a man. And this guy, kumbe he was a robber. And this girl was not knowing. Because just because he's keeping you high there in life, takes you out to big hotels, you should find out what does he do. What are they doing for the living?
Yes,
because you might be using money that has been stolen. And it finally, when the lady came to know that the guy is a robber, see, he killed her.
He killed her, yeah.
So it is very, very important to understand people before even you get engaged with them, before you go too far with them. Get to know them properly.
Also ladies. Yes, also you are supposed
Yeah,
to
because
know
even
ladies.
yeah, you can say a point now.
Yes,
Because
even ladies
I think
see.
I'm on the side of the guys so much.
Yeah.
So that's what the ladies do.
You know, sometimes even you have had so many cases of women who killed their husbands.
I know,
Yeah.
but I am saying you can tell us, like that case is that the lady would not tell whether this guy was a robber.
Yeah.
Lakini anampe pesa, she was always being provided for,
Yes.
but she came to realize this guy was a robber.
Uh-huh.
So the young men who are watching us there, what should they look for in a girl to know that this is a dangerous person to date, ama to settle with?
You know, with girls, they are very tricky because they can show love. You know, they can be double dealing sometimes. Sometimes you are dating them. That is in the relationship, not in the marriage. They also in marriage they can be double dealing.
Me, I think for ladies, you can check whether this girl always wants you. You go to their parents, you buy gifts for the parents, you buy things for the parents. It's a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
She's just on her side without even considering whether they are
Yeah,
going to see your
oh,
parents,
yeah.
they are supporting your parents. If you find that the girl is too much into the family, she most probably she will make you to be concentrating with the family instead of concentrating in your own home, in your own family.
Yeah.
The other thing, if you find that the girl is so demanding, she's always telling you, take me out, buy me a car, buy me what, buy me this, then you should wait.
Want to have something like
You should wait. You should wait, because a good woman, like the Bible says, is a virtuous woman, is a woman who can work for herself. She's not a woman who is always relying on someone else. In other words, women should be independent. Don't beg too much from a man, because he will wonder, what are you a gold digger? Yeah, are you a gold digger? Are you in that relationship because he can provide? Are you in that relationship because he can buy you 1, 2, 3? So it's good to be independent. And if possible, don't ask for anything from anyone. Because the more you ask, the more you tie yourself, and you cannot even be able to understand this person properly, because it's like you feel you have a burden to marry him because he has been buying you things. But if you're sober and you have not been consuming anybody's things, you can make a good decision and a right decision. And for example, there is this lady who was in the university, and she was doing medicine. And she was being supported by a guy. The guy could provide for her everything. And this lady decided this is not the man
to marry.
I want to marry, which is okay, because it's your decision to marry the right person, and the person you think is right. But the guy could not imagine he has spent so much on this lady, and now she has refused to marry him. See, he went all the way to Eldoret and killed her. So it is very, very important not to be so much into somebody's money or property or whatever he has.
But there are men who also support ladies. Sometimes
Yani wanakupea without asking.
Yes. At the same time, there are some who support ladies. For example, they are in colleges. They support them. They pay school fees, for example.
And if you support me because you want. And if I happen to make a decision you are not the right person I want to marry, then get satisfied. Don't go looking for me to kill me.
No, you know they have that anger. You know, they have
but
anger.
You see now, it's like you are spending all that to make me.
No, it's because I love you. That's why I'm
Is it really love?
Yes.
I'm a bribery.
No, it's not bribery. I'm paying school fees for you so that we will have a better family.
Which is okay. And that is why I'm talking to girls, telling them you should not accept all what you are given by someone. But on the other hand, if you voluntarily give me money, give me presents, feel like you are obligated to give me things, and then I decide you are not the person to marry, then you should be satisfied with that.
Yeah,
because you are not
supposed
giving
to be,
me those things.
I'm supposed to be satisfied and then
to
forget
force
about you.
Exactly.
And
You are
forget
not
about
giving
you.
me gifts to force me to marry you.
No.
So it is a two-way thing. And you young men, don't pour all your resources to one person. And when this person refuses you, you either kill yourself or you kill her.
Kill her.
You have to support the person knowing that they can either agree to marry you or they can refuse. Because it's their right to agree or refuse. Depending on what their judgment is. And therefore, I think we have talked about, and we have talked a lot, above everything else. You know, poverty is something that makes people to collide, that makes people to fight, that makes people to kill each other. So what I can advise people, I know it's odd to say you work hard. We have seen people who start from chini, nothing.
From nothing
and when you work together, hata ikiwa ni kulima, hata ikiwa ni mjengo, the little you get, you eat a little and you save a little.
Yes.
And I tell you, there is no money that is little. I know a guy who was telling me she was keeping 5 shillings a day, and she was able to buy a boda boda. So you just save a little, just start from the small level you are in, and create something out of that. Because when there is poverty, there is always fighting in a home.
Yes.
Actually, that is one of the contributing factors. When there is money, when there is poverty, when there is lack, actually there is no joy. Actually, the English people say, a hungry man is an angry man. So work hard together, build your family, uplift one another, develop each other, so that you don't reach a point whereby there is no food in the home and you start fighting, you start killing each other. So sit down and discuss your life together. Look for people, or look for a person or a partner whom you can sit down and discuss your life together. However small you start, when you are together, God anoints where there is unity. He pours his blessings where there is. I think we will stop at that. And I want to wish you happy marriage, happy relationships, and blessed relationship. And above everything else, it's good to keep everything to God. To commit everything to God, even when you are starting relationship, even when you are starting marriage. Because with God, all things are possible.
Yes.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
God bless.